Hello everyone, my name is Jaybird and welcome back to Everlasting Summer. Yeah, let's just jump into it. Load game, please. This corridor was identical to the other one which we came through to get to the bomb shelter. I was walking at a slow pace, carefully watching the floor and checking from time to time whether the passage was getting narrower. Look! Ew. Slavia held my hand tighter and pointed at a breach in the middle of the tunnel. It was wide enough for a man to climb through, or to fall down. And looks like there's some railroad tracks right there. Maybe... I pointed the light down, but there seemed to be nothing but ground at the bottom. I think we should check this out. The hole was shallow enough for us to climb out afterwards, so at first sight there was nothing to be afraid of. I was right. I climbed down carefully and helped Slavia. We found ourselves in some kind of mine. Oh no, the creepers are coming! I'm just kidding. The walls and the ceiling were reinforced by wooden beams. Clearly they're not that reinforced. And rails stretched out into the distance. Here and there, the earth pressing down against this fragile design broke through the boards, which were rotting with age. It made the whole structure look a bit unreliable. Yep. Where do you think we are? Don't know. Some kind of mine, obviously. What could they have mined here? Coal, perhaps? Perhaps. We started to advance slowly. Stones would treacherously shift under our feet now and then. The beam coming from the flashlight trembled and jumped from one wall to the other, often casting shapeless shadows which disappeared as soon as the light was pointed at them. It's scarier here than above. Well, no shit, Sherlock. Guess so. Guess so. Okay. Fucking balls of steel, I guess. The further we went, the stronger my confidence became that Shurik had absolutely nothing to do with this place. Had nothing to do with this place! He couldn't have been taken by a chupacabra. Chupacabra, could he? Do Russians believe in the chupacabra? I thought that was just a Mexican thing. Right? Alright, we can't rule out that possibility either. At last we came to a fork in the tunnel. Where do we go now? Oh no, do I have to choose? I don't know. I tried to inject at least some semblance of calm into my voice, but I really had no clue. Not at all. Not where to go, not where Shurik was, not even why we were here. What if we get lost? Yeah, right. Let's leave a mark that we have already been here. I picked up a rather large stone and carefully carved a cross on one of the logs supporting the ceiling. There, now we'll know that we have already passed this spot. Good. Slavia smiled. So, which way? I'm just saving right now. Oh, right. Duh. I wonder if I should look at a guide for this. Probably not. I don't think it really matters, does it? Well, good thing I saved right before this. I won't look. Eeny, meeny, miny. Oh, wait, shit. Okay. Eeny, miny. Eeny, meeny, miny. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by its toe. If he hollers, let him go. My mother told me to choose the very best one, and you are it. I think I picked right. It seems that there is another fork in the road. Another! Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by the toe. If he hollers, let him go. Seems that there's another fork in the road. I feel like I should be looking at a guide for this. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by the toe. Let's go right. Seems like there's a fork in the road. Go left. Seems like there's a fork in the road. Go left. Seems like there's a fork in the road. Go right! Go right! We came to some kind of miner's camp. Picks and helmets everywhere. A rusty wagon stood in the corner. All the items were so old they dated from the beginning of the 20th century rather than the middle. So this really is a mine. Which means I could wander around here for ages without finding a way out. But I sensed that exit was somewhere nearby, and so we went further. It seems that there's another fork in the road. Go left. Seems that there's a fork in the road. Go left. Go right. Go right. Oh my god, go left. Go left. After another turn, the flashlight lit up a wooden door. Well, at least that's something. To tell the truth, I was so tired of wandering around this mine that I had completely stopped thinking about Shirk. I only wanted to find an exit as soon as possible. What's behind it? We're just about to find it out. Oh, some spooky guy. Some stuff in Russian over here. Obey. Obey who? Past the door, there was a small chamber, which looked either like the utility room of a boiler house, or like one of the bomb shelter's rooms. The floor was littered with empty bottles, and the walls were painted with a mess of graffiti, which meant that other people had more than once visited this place before us. Although, from the look of things, they had done so rather long ago. I was running the flashlight's beams around the room, trying to check every part of it, when suddenly... Holy shit. I found Shirk curled up in a corner. Dude, why the fuck you biting your nails? Are you like, Shit, did I forget her name? Are you like... Oh my god, I forgot her name. It's been so long. What? Was it Catherine? Was it Catherine? The girl that bit her nails a lot in Cupid. I forgot her name. I think it's Catherine, right? Right? I think so. Oh my god, I'm sorry. My memory is fuzzy. It's been so long since I played it. Let's see. What's her name? Oh. It is Catherine! Okay, I was right. Holy fuck. I would have felt genuinely bad if I got her name wrong. It's Catherine. Oh, shit. Don't be like Catherine. Shirk! Cried Slavia. However, it looked as if he was not paying any attention to us. Here you are. We've been looking for you all night. And why in the world did you come here? Shirk looked up at me with hazy, unseeing eyes. And who are you? What do you mean, who are you? Get up already and let's go. I'm not going anywhere with you. Shirk turned away and stared into the darkness again. You want to trick me again. You'll make me go in circles through the tunnels, won't you? Yes, you will! I know you for what you are! Shirk's voice turned into an infernal whisper. Cut this nonsense out already. I wanted to approach him and pull him upright, but Slavia stopped me. He's not quite himself. Well, I'm not quite myself either! You wander here all night? You sure won't be quite yourself. She shook her head reproachfully and slowly went up to Shirk while carefully staying in the light. Oh my god, look at this. Look at this dude. It's alright, it's me, Slavia. For real? He's crying. Shirk looked at her and immediately started sobbing quietly. Of course, who else could it be? And that's Semyon with me. We came to find you. Everything's fine now. Are you really not them? Certainly not. We're us. Who's them? He tried to get up, but he was apparently disoriented and would have fallen if not for Slavia, who caught him by the arm. Easy there, careful. When they came up to me, I said, all right, time to get out of here. We can't go back. Back where? Into the mine? Yes. Shirk was speaking calmly, but at the same, his voice was trembling slightly. Why is that? It's where they are! Who are they? The voices. What voices? I was starting to lose my patience. This place and this situation certainly weren't normal, but if there had been anything paranormal here then, by the laws of horror cinema, it should have long since showed its face by now. Calm down, Shurek. Just tell us everything in detail. He took a few deep breaths and started. I need some spare parts for the robot, and I heard that there was a bomb shelter in the old camp. And there's usually a lot of different equipment in bomb shelters. It's old, of course, but worth disassembling. You can always find coils, resistors. So we went early in the morning. I thought I could finish quickly and get back by breakfast. I got everything I needed. He took some light bulbs and wires out of his pocket and showed them to us. But then, up there in the bomb shelter, I heard some sounds from behind the door, something like moans or wailing. At first I got scared, but then I thought that a person could be in danger, so I went there. And here was this mine, this damn maze. I got completely lost in the voices always telling me something, sometimes shouting, sometimes whispering, and I can never make out the words. He was ready to burst into tears, but Slavia patted him gently on the head, and Shurt continued. Anyway, I found this room. At least here you can't hear them. So you decided to sit and wait for rescue like in a B film? I asked sarcastically. Slavia shot an angry glance at me. Well, in any case, it's time to get out, if there are no objections. Come on, I know a shortcut. A shortcut? Yeah, you know, I walked all over this place. All right. Shirk did not lie. Indeed, after wandering for just about 2 minutes in the mine, we found ourselves under a grate, through which we could see the sky. Then why didn't you get out yourself? Try it, you'll see. I pulled myself up and pulled on the grate a few times. It's true, you can't break it just like that. Gotta use something heavy. I looked down at Slavia and Shurek. Come on, guys! Throw each other at... I'm gonna throw you guys both at it. Try the flashlight, maybe? The flashlight. I fumbled with it. It was not one of those cheap Chinese fakes from the 90s, which I used to have a lot of in our summer cottage. No, it was a real Soviet durable metal flashlight. Not a hammer, of course, but if I tried hard enough. I swung it and started smashing at the grate, aiming for the spots where it was attached to the wall. Soon I got lucky. I heard cracking sounds and a few bolts fell down. A minute later I was lying on the grass under the monument and breathing in the fresh night air with delight. Although after the mine any air would seem fresh. Well then, I'll be going, thank you. Shirk looked a bit lost. I eyed him questioningly for a bit, but ended up saying nothing and just waved my hand for goodbye. After all, I had neither the strength nor the will to talk with him. And what would I say to him? Scolding him now is no use, and the same probably goes for trying to learn anything. What a night. Slavia was sitting next to me and looking dreamily at the moon. Right so. If someone told me just a week ago that I would go to a pioneer camp and would even have to crawl through bomb shelters. But it was fun. In a way. There was indeed something amusing about all of this. But there was also something strange. During the last few hours, absolutely anything could have happened to me, but in the end, nothing at all had happened. In a couple of years, I would probably remember this as just a funny incident from childhood. If I lived that long. What do you think? Did he really hear something there? I don't know. It's possible, of course, but most likely it was just his imagination. In such a situation, anyone could start imagining things. It was not only that was not only the most logical explanation, but also the most probable one, because nothing had happened to me in Slavia. Well, I for one think he should go see a psychiatrist. Guess he should, laughed Slavia. All right, time to go to bed. I felt like I needed to say something to Slavia. I was not sure that I wanted to, but I could feel the need. I'm gonna say just in case I have to do something. Thank you. Oh, for what? She gave me a surprised look. I wouldn't have managed without you. It was nothing. Slavia blushed. I was in her debt. Again. I wonder how I could repay her, at least partially, for all that she has done for me. Oh, so pretty. I stared at the night sky, slowly falling asleep. This is so pretty. All of today's adventures left me so tired that I had no more strength left. You know, under different circumstances, I would have surely confessed my love to you. I said, losing touch with reality. Oh, the ghost gravity. Oh, thoughts usually work much faster than common sense. But Slavia wasn't there anymore. It's probably for the best. At least she didn't hear. Though it's strange, why did she leave without saying goodbye? Well, whatever. I'll sleep on it and see in the morning. I'm just gonna sleep in... Oh. I was so tired that I barely made it to the camp leader's cabin. But there was a light in the window! That means she's waiting for me. And that in turn means that I'm in for a lecture again. And this time it will be just as pointless as ever! I had absolutely no desire to discuss whether I was right or wrong. The deck chair standing nearby was beckoning to me like a friend, as if suggesting I should sleep in it. Forgetting about the mine, sure I can... The camp leader. Oh shit. Here you are, I said blankly, still looking at my deck chair. Semyon! Yeah. We found Shurk. Slavia will give you the details tomorrow, and now I'd really like to sleep. She looked at me confusedly for a moment, and then replied, Oh, well, fine. I don't know if mentioning Slavia played its role, but half a minute later I was already in my bed. The events of the day kept turning over for a short while in my head, but soon it started to ache, and it was as if my consciousness switched to safe mode and started to reboot. Oh. Day 5. Wow. I wonder how many days there are in this game. I should probably look that up. We ran. Ran where? Ran with the last of our strength. Like those who run for their precious lives. Like a doomed person, knowing that there's no hope to save his life, will still fight the inevitable and his own fate. I barely managed to close the heavy metal door behind me. What the fuck? I have no idea how deep this bomb shelter is or if it's able to withstand a nuclear blast, but we have no other place to hide. Of course it's a dream. She gripped my hand tight. Don't be afraid. Bits of the ceiling were falling and the walls were shaking. I was prepared for the worst. But death is the kind of thing you can't ever be prepared for. But suddenly, complete silence fell. It rang even louder than the explosions. Maybe it's time to say goodbye. She was whimpering. I wanted to comfort her somehow, but realized that there's nothing I could do. Yes. You know, Oh shit. A horrible bang almost split my eardrums. It seems that I'm under a piece of collapsed ceiling, but I don't feel any pain. All I want is to not let her go. Well, shit. Well, that was disturbing. I woke up in a cold sweat, short of breath and gasping for air. It took me some time to come to my senses. It was a dream. It was just a dream. My questioning mind, however, refused to believe it. But who was that girl with me there? I didn't want to let go of her hand so desperately. Sadly, I couldn't recall her at all. The clocks was showing few minutes past 10. I slowly came to my senses as reality started to stake out its clam on my mind, and my stomach foully growled. All right, war is war, but lunch should be served in due time. It turned out that Olga Dmitrievna wasn't here. She must have decided not to wake me up. Well, thanks go out to our camp leader for this. After yesterday's adventures, I had to have a rest. Last night remained a blurry memory which I really didn't want to think about. It's now more important to find something to eat and to wash myself. Exactly. Because a pioneer must always be clean and tidy. Though I would agree with this principle even if I wasn't a pioneer, and as a matter of fact, I'm not. On my way to the washstands, I met Electronic. He started to wave his hands and ran up to me. Good morning! Thank you for finding Shurik. Without him, I don't even... It's nothing. I was a bit embarrassed. No, really, don't be so shy. The country must be proud of its heroes. And what about Shurik? How did he look this morning? Is he alright? After yesterday's craziness, I thought such a question was completely valid. Yes, absolutely. The only thing is that he can't remember anything. He can't he? I wasn't surprised at all. He says that he went to the abandoned camp yesterday and then woke up in his bed this morning. Up in his bed in the morning. I mean, he remembers nothing between those two events. I see. Alright then. You missed breakfast, right? Come to our club. We'll feed you. I have something special. Macaque. Electronic smiled in a conspiratorial way. Thanks, I'll come, probably. I had to wash myself first anyway. We'll be waiting. He waved at me and left to carry out his own business. There was nobody near the washstands. The water turned out surprisingly warm today. It's been warmed up already, I guess. Having my face washed, I realized that it wouldn't be easy to wash the rest of my body here. Maybe I should go to the showers. But since there's nobody here, I turned the tap in such a way so water streamed parallel to the ground and started to take off my clothes. Why are you doing this? And what if somebody sees me? Well, I'll rinse and dry myself quickly and put on my clothes. The water, which seemed warm on my hands and face, felt bone-chillingly cold on my body. The whole washing process took no longer than 10 seconds, and I started to wipe myself quickly afterwards. But I didn't manage to finish anyway. There were voices coming in from the direction of the footpath. The only solution came to me in a split second. I grabbed my clothes and dashed into the bushes. A moment later, Alyssa and Uliana appeared near the washstands. You could have done it by yourself. Why did you bring me here? Is it a big deal for you? Fine, let me... I peered at them and noticed that they were both covered in red paint. What a surprise. I wonder how they managed that. Alyssa opened the valve and started to rub Uliana's back. Oh no. Take off your bra! She needs a bra?! What if somebody... Oh my god. What if somebody sees us? What? Is there anything to see? I know, right? She grinned. Okay, just be quick. Do I get to see this? It was true that there wasn't much to look at, but even so I stared at the girls narrowly. It was a pity that they were standing with their backs to me. A minute later, Alyssa managed to wash off all the paint. Done! Thanks! You're welcome, Alyssa replied lazily. Listen, let me try on yours. She pointed at Alyssa's bra. It won't fit you for sure. Well, I'd like to try anyway. But out here, there's nobody here, right? Uliana looked my way and smiled archly. Oh no. I was absolutely sure she couldn't see me in these bushes, but... Enough with this nonsense. Uliana wasn't listening to her anymore and grabbed Alyssa's bra with a dexterous move instead. Now I have to confess, I had something to look at. I watched the two girls chase one another around the washstands with bated breath. Alyssa covered her breasts with her hands so I could barely see anything at all. I leaned forward and stumbled over a stone, falling out of the bushes. At least, are you dressed? Alyssa and Uliana stood frozen, staring at me. I tried to cover my nudity with my guilty face. Why am I naked? Why am I still naked? The tight blue lasted for a few seconds. Then Alyssa took her shirt and somehow put it on in an instant. You! Her face gone from red to purple. It looked like she would explode in a nuclear blast any second. The only thing I wanted was to disintegrate into atoms and get as far from the epicenter as possible. Epicenter as possible.
He was sitting there the whole time.
So she noticed me then. You! And I accidentally, if you know what I mean. Alyssa rushed at me. Covering my butt with one hand and holding my clothes with the other, I ran in the woods. It seemed the best solution to me at the time, as showing up naked in the middle of the camp accompanied by 2 screaming girls wasn't a good idea. I ran without looking back, and stopped a few minutes later to catch my breath. Why am I naked? Why didn't I put my clothes on in that time? What the fuck? Well, guys, with that being experienced, that's gonna be it for this episode. So, if you guys enjoyed this episode of Everlasting Summer and would like to see more of this game, leave a like down below, leave a comment down below, share it with your friends, subscribe if you haven't, ring that notification bell, sorry, and remember, die safely. Bye-bye!